Tankers, Bonsai Duck here. Today we have a submission from Sevensided. He's in his VK30.01D. He's on Studinsky in a standard battle in a tier 6, tier 5 game. Sevensided sent this in, and it's going to have a fairly decent game. I think there are some things that we can work on Sevensided. It's been a long time since I've run the 30.01D, but so I had to go back to Tanks GG and kind of do some looking at it. You are running what looks to be, like the big gun on it. Okay, so 135 alpha with 150 penetration. Am I doing that? Hang on a second. Let me double check something here. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so the tier 6 gun. Okay. Back here. Yeah, so the tier 6 gun. So it's a fairly sprightly medium, okay? It's not very heavily armored, all right, as most German mediums aren't. It seems to have a fairly decent gun. I think there's some things, like I said, that we can work on here. Just my opinion, all right? I am no way, shape, or unicom. No way, shape, or form a unicom, especially after my performance this last weekend. But, I've been playing the game long enough and watching other better players than myself to pick up some things. And I saw that Guido 1212 did a review for you, kind of an analysis, and had some very good points for you. And I think you've picked some of those up, at least between this video and the one that I saw that he did for you. But there's still some things I think we can work on. So first off, get that mini map up there. All right. If you're running a computer that seems to be having a problem with lag or anything like that, having a large mini-map is great because and not having it basically opaque where you can see the background, because then your computer doesn't have to render all the image that's behind this, right? So that will improve performance. Nominally, very nominally. You won't notice a huge difference. But, for those guys that are on computers that maybe struggle a little bit with this game, just make your minimap large, make it, opaque so that you can't see through it, and then you're good to go. But then the other thing about having a very large minimap is you get to see everything that it being so big, it draws your eye. You look at it and you find out where tanks are at. If you have it down small, you can't see it, right? And it's very hard to know where tanks are at. So enlarge the minimap. The road here. Now, we're not a overly speedy tank, although it's, the top speed of this thing is supposed to be 60 kilometers. Now you come over here and immediately set up in this bush, which is not a bad thing because you have the view range to at least see anything that's kind of moving out through here, right? Most people, most lights would get down here in this ditch, all right? Understanding the general meta of the battle of the map is going to help you a lot. So on Studinsky, we have the big brawl right here in the factories. That's generally where the heavies go. You generally have your lights running somewhere in here, with a couple of them over here way up north, trying to spot and light these guys and get shots. And then you have lights and mediums over here, and they play this little back and forth over the hill game. Generally TDs and RD are back here and back here, and some back here and back here. Over here on the southern flank, this is generally, you might get one or two heavies, but it's mainly TDs, mediums trying to push in and obviously win the flank and push and try to flank the opposing team. It seems to work better for the west team to push through the little village here because they have much more open space to shoot here, as opposed to the eastern team pushing through, where it's kind of a shooting gallery right here, and it's very hard to push the cap, and you bring a lot of their campers in. Posting up here is not bad. Your vision doesn't get you quite over here where you're going to see everything, all right, or quite here, because anybody that's running through here right now is probably just asking to be shot. All right, or it's a suicide scout that's trying to light all you guys up. Okay? So your initial position isn't bad. I also keep going here. All right. Also, yeah, learning what you can and can't see. Another reason to have a very large mini map. All right, you're focused on this Chaffee, but if you look on the mini map, he's down in a gully below the buildings. There are buildings between you and him. You're never going to get that shot. It just isn't going to happen unless you can somehow make this a helicopter, rise up to about 3,000 meters, and shoot down at him. All right, that's the only way that's going to happen. So, again, using a larger minimap gives you the idea of where enemies are at, and is it even worth wasting my time zooming in on this guy? It's not. It's really not. Okay, your time is better spent looking over here. All right, and honestly, kind of watching this area. Well, you can't really from where you're at. You do use the mechanics of the bush very well. In the fact that you're back there where it's, fairly solid, where you're not going to be seen if you shoot, but you're going to, being that this tank is not a sniper or not a scout, you're going to lose a lot of camo when you fire that gun. Okay. So let's pick it back up here. All right. Not going to get a shot on that Chaffee. Zoom back out. Okay. The one thing that I do when I'm in a tank, any tank, all right, and I'm in a situation like this where I'm looking, is I am looking in third person. I am back here looking out, seeing what I can see, watching where my tanks are going, watching where my teammates are doing. I am not in this mode because very rarely would I be in this mode because I can't really see anything, right? Out a little bit, maybe I can see a tree fall. I do a lot of third person, and you'll get used to that. And I know Guido mentioned that to you, and I'm going to mention it to you again. The zooming is a big issue, and you suffer from it right now because I think you're losing a lot of your view of your range of vision because of it. Anyway, we are now about a minute into the game, and nothing has happened. You haven't fired your gun once. You haven't really spotted anything. It's awfully quiet over here down south. All right, we have a tank that's down there. All right, again, the Churchill, he's behind the wall. You're not going to get a shot on him. That's knowing the map. That's map knowledge. All right, they're all behind there, and you're really focused on them. All right, let's count noses at this point. All right, so we know that we have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of their tanks over here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll say 10. 10 of your tanks over on this flank. All right, and you're kind of in the middle here. The ELC BIS over here and this K, I'm not sure what that is, probably KV85, I'm assuming, are the only two that are covering this flank. So my guess at this point, obviously, well, not obviously, my guess at this point is they need somebody over here. Somebody with some vision, some armor, some gun. They need them over here. You can run up over here, and there's a nice little hill that you can kind of get up on that can kind of afford you some shielding and stuff like that, but still gives you vision into this area. All right. All right, we got a PZ there, and it was worth a shot. Don't get me wrong, it was worth a try, but we didn't. You had too much bloom, I guess is what I'm saying. All right, now we know we got a T50-2 over there. And he's back behind that building. All right, so that's an instant warning that he's heading over there because he knows there's too many people over on the north side, especially for a little T50-2. T34 pushed in, just a little short on the way on the gun, and you not enough lead fire the first shot, too much lead fire the second shot. That's just something that you'll pick up as you get better at the game, and knowing your tanks and the velocity and stuff like that. All right, so now you know you got T34 over there. You got a T50-2 that headed that direction. You got T34 over that direction. You know where the majority of other tanks are at. They've already lost 3 tanks. Okay, so counting noses, doing the math in your head, and kind of saying, okay, this is going to be the area, and you're right, it is. It's a 4-3 game. Your tanks have your team has pushed in through the north, and right now they're pushing into their campers, and they're getting in behind these guys, and they're, so now they've got these guys, these heavy tanks fighting in two directions, right? Hopefully your team is smart enough to figure out that they need to keep them fighting in two directions. These two guys, in my opinion, are getting way overexposed. All right. And you bunch up behind this building. You guys, with the KV85 and everything right here, you guys need to light this area up. You need to know what's in here. You're about to find out, because I did watch this before just to kind of get an idea. All right, there's the T-34. And everybody moves. Leopard's done the spotting. He's lit him up. Everybody's moving on. The going in and out of zoom is not doing you any good because you have all these houses. You really don't have anything. Use the pipper, okay? Use the pipper to locate a target. You can auto-aim that target and then zoom in, all right? And you can use the tab zoom. I have it tied to my mouse and then zoom in a little bit further, all right? Or you can use the scroll zoom, which a lot of people tend to like. I always use the tab zoom, then I get in tight, all right? But the way you're zooming in and out is, I think you totally lost that Cromwell was available to you, okay? Let's get back into it, all right? Now you see the Cromwell, he's pushing on you. Alright. Ready to fire. Now he's starting to circle you. You're turning your hull and your turret, which is good. You got your turret pretty much locked on, which is good. You're turning your hull, which is even better. And backing up, and you and the 85 managed to take him down. Very nice work. Now, push, go. You got T50-2, which is a thin skin light. The T-34s, which I think you and the 85 should be able to just kind of mop up. You're in this zoom right here. Can't see anything. You can't see anything in here. All right, you're losing your view of vision is down to just that little square right there. All right, again, it's worthwhile coming out here and picking a shot and then zooming in and getting it. Now, however you want to work it, but I think you're way too tight. All right, there he is. You know he's back there. Oh, all right, now and just a little bit of patience, you would have had a better shot, but that, we all suffer from that. All right. At this point, the KV-85 is up on him. You need to push in. Right here, you're not doing, I don't know if you're worried about this guy back here. All right, but he's on the other side of that I was last seen on the other side of that ditch and not really in a straight line of shot from you. All right. So the KV-85 over here is pushing in. You need to push in because he is drawing the attention of this T-34. You, my friend, are the sneaking up behind him assassin, head in the back of the bullet in the back of the head type of guy. All right, you're sitting back here, and then you realize you got to get in there. But now that the 85 has already taken 4 shots, drive-by shot. He's down. You keep pushing up, which is good. So now you really need to help that Leopard. All right, you're pushing over. You're coming over. It looks like you're getting ready to help the Leopard. And then you change your mind. You almost flip yourself here. All right, and he's got a faster reload than you do. All right. But you're panning around here. You knew he was here, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You knew he was here. Always be pointing your gun towards where you know the threat is at. The threat was not over here, right? Threat was over here. You knew where he was at. And I would have immediately auto-aimed him, all right? Zoomed in, and then maybe taken auto-aim off. Well, maybe or maybe not. I use auto-aim a lot, but maybe or maybe not. Taking auto-aim off and then fired the shot. You're going to take some damage, but you need to get some good shots on him to whittle him down. Okay? Ricochet. Ricochet. There's a shot into the side of him. Right now, he's pushing back, so you need to be aggressive. There you go. I don't know why he stopped. At this point, maybe using your depression and angle. Maybe coming up a little bit this way gives you a shot into him over there where he really can't get a good clean shot on you, because where he's hitting you is, looks like he got you. Yeah, well, he got you in the gun. It looks like maybe in the track. Nothing huge yet. All right. I don't know if you're running a gun line drive. Oh, okay. So how many shots did we take from? We took 2 from that T50-2 and 1 from a KV85. Okay, that would be Mr. Marine Corps over here. All right. But anyway, your commander's hurt. So one thing about being a commander being hurt, you immediately lose dross. Your vision. I see you have a med kit. It's a small med kit. I know large med kits are expensive, and small are given out like candy. So, I understand that, but you just have to pay attention on what keys you're using. Obviously, the radio operator, not a big deal. Gunner, driver, commander, loader, get those guys repaired as quickly as possible. All right. I'm not sure what your skill your crew skill is on this tank, but your aim is just, the bloom coming in on your aim is painful. That could either be you don't have a gun laying drive. I'm not sure. You're obviously running a extinguisher. I'm not a big proponent of extinguishers. To me, it's a loss of a spot where I could maybe throw in food. I run a lot of food. But I don't know what your crew, what your equipment layout is. I'm assuming you have the rammer, gun laying drive, and probably optics, I would assume. Okay, which is not bad for this setup. Right, but your crew is something is causing a delay in the aim, and it's not bad dispersion on this gun. It's not great. I mean, none of the lower tiers are. All right, well, you got him, but you accepted another shot. So you accepted a total of 4 shots from that guy, and then already got you. All right. So just, the game is going okay. Your northern flank is falling apart. All right. The game is going okay, and you're doing a lot of things right. I think you just, and a lot of it is just playing the game and knowing when to be aggressive and when not to be aggressive. And you'll learn that. You will learn that. All right, so your commander's down, your driver's down. Explains a lot. You've got 39 seconds to 38 seconds to fix one of them. So which one are you going to fix? All right? You can't see anything, basically, unless it's right in front of you. If you had to traverse quickly, you'd be out of luck. All right. So sometimes going to a nice safe area is the best idea when you're waiting for something to get fixed. All right. So they have 3 heavies, a medium, a TD, and 2 already left. All right. It's an 8-7 game. They're kind of dug in like ticks over there. You guys really aren't getting any shots on them. KV85 is playing very, very cautious. Your ELC Biss is over there. He's just providing lights. I'll bet you dollars to donuts he is not shooting at him right now because he's hiding up in those bushes. JV220 is not doing too bad. He's holding the line, anchoring that corner, keeping their KV1 honest. All right, so the T1 pops up here, and because you're so focused in on a tank that you can't hit, I mean, yeah, no, you can't hit him. All right, but you can certainly hit that bad boy. I mean, goodness gracious, look at all that. He is just giving you the time of day, and that's the side of his armor. I mean, you could auto-aim that bad boy and just be hitting him in the side. All right, so don't worry about tanks that you can't hit. If they're inside these buildings here, they're really probably not worth you trying to waste your time to shoot him. If they're growing around the outside, great. But again, because your mini-map is so small, right, it's hard for you to tell where he's at. It's hard for you to understand. This is how the mini-map was when I first fired up the game. And I had, if it's large, it comes up large. If it's small, it stays small. So, get that mini-map up there. Get it up there. It helps you understand that you don't really have a shot, but you do have a shot on this guy right here. Yes, you do. And again, you're in zoom and you're trying to find him. And of course, that tower of hay is going to block you, but he's down. So he's down. All right. There's the gun carriage. All right. Another reason you're not seeing him over there, and maybe you would have had a shot on that guy over here, but your commander was hurt. All right. You take a shot at the gun carriage. You notice he was turning. Pull back out. You're definitely a one shot to anything out there. A splash shot for Artie. They know you're over here because Artie's hitting the 85. They know you guys are over here. Nice shot into him. There you go. Nice work. Nice work. You used the bush good. I don't know if you have 6th sense on this, but you did a good job. Right? So like I said, you're not doing terrible in this game. All right? You got 4 kills. You got the most kills on your team right now. You're getting some fairly decent damage. You probably wasted some HP trying to chase down the T-32, T-50-2. Nice shot on the T-30. How that guy didn't hit you, I don't know. You gave up some HP at that point. But I'd be careful going in here because if he lit you, there's still 2 Artie, all right? And here, you're open, right? Back here, you're not so open, all right? And remember, all you gotta do is breathe on you, basically, and you're down. Yep, there he is. Okay, so fix your driver. At this point, I'd burn the med kit, fix the driver. Maybe some people wouldn't. I would. To me, it's part of the game. I'm not worried about the credits. All right, there's the AMX 13. A little low on that one. 85 man gets a shot. All right. What do we got over here? And he's down. That's a victory. All right. Well, a second class, a fighter, a fire for effect, 25,311 in credits, 1,169 in experience. You did 1,046 in damage and got 5 kills for base XP of 779. All right, so what does that put you in 3rd place in damage? All right, obviously 1st place in kills, and put you in 2nd place in base experience. So, I mean, it was a good game. I mean, by all intents and purposes, to me, a win is a good game. Now, I am grading myself. I judge myself hard because I'm looking at where I rank in the base experience. Damage is always good, kills is always good, but I base myself on where I was at base experience, right? But you had a good game. You fired 21 shots. Of those 21, 12 hit, and of those 12, 9 penetrated. So the shot to hit to penetration ratio, all right, it needs some attention. All right, so accuracy on your shots, the ability to get a shot in there and make it do some damage. So where to hit the tanks, so on and so forth. Things to work on. 204 damage from 300 meters out. Yeah, 135 blocked. Yeah, you spotted for 160. You're a free-to-play player, which is fine, and you made some credits, really good credits, and then you made some good experience. So, like I said, all in all, a good game. Things to work on? Yes, definitely things to work on. But that's going to happen. That's going to come as you become more comfortable with the maps, the ability of your tank, and the ability of your skill set. You're going to get a lot better at things. So you're well on your way from what I can remember about your stats. So Keep it up. Work on those few things. Try to stay out of the zoom so much unless you've got a target and you're picking on it. Use that mini map to its advantage to show you where tanks are at, if they're worth wasting your time looking at, if you think if they're going to even give you a shot, so on and so forth. But otherwise, really good game. So that's Sevensided and his VK30.01 on Studinsky in a standard battle. If you liked the video, hit the like button. Keep those videos coming. I greatly appreciate it. This is Bonsai Duck out.